Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Derek here. We are back reacting to the finale of The Queen's Gambit. It's about time, right? Been taking my time a little bit. Yeah, I'm excited. This is called Endgame. It's episode 7. What happened last time on The Queen's Gambit? So last time was a little bit of an up and down journey with Beth. She had some highs where she looked like she was kind of getting her life together and, redoing her house. And then she took a deep downward spiral into alcoholism, drug addiction. Just not great stuff after she got beat by Borgov. And it was tough to watch. Her friends and the people in her life were like, yo, you're in some trouble. Harry Beltic was like, yo, my dad was an alcoholic. I know what it looks like. So are you. The guy that was at the school was like, yo, you gonna take these pictures or what? He's so mad. The girl that she talked to was like, you're an inspiration. But then she looked at her like, not anymore. And, it just wasn't going good. And then knock on the door and it's Jolene. She's here to put her in her place. I don't know why she decided to come here, but it's perfect timing. She's can't talk. She's gonna set her on her feet, and then she's gonna go beat Borgov, and it's gonna be dope. She's gonna beat him probably in Russia too, right? In Moscow. So that'll be fun. I am super excited to watch the finale here. Thank you guys for being here with me. I'm super glad that you guys enjoyed my reactions and liked the show enough. Like, these videos have done super well on the channel compared to a lot of my videos, so thank you for that. You guys are awesome. Before we jump into it, that's my cat right there. Before we jump into it, please consider leaving a like on the video and please consider subscribing. That means so much to me. I got tons of different shows I'm reacting to that hopefully you will like as well. But also, if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, head down to my Patreon. It's linked in the description below. But otherwise, let's jump into this. Oh, she can't handle being a single mom anymore. And so she came to admit that she was wrong, and he's going to reject her, and that's why she's going to go crash the car on the bridge.
A mistake. Rounding your...
I mean, if you were gone for 5 years, you can't necessarily expect to be allowed to show up. He's got a new life now. He tried to be a part of their lives, and she rejected him.
Mr. Sharble died.
Oh, no.
There's a funeral day after tomorrow. I thought we could go together.
Beth, you better go to that funeral. Holy frick, she has so much of those pills.
I need to quit the wine and the pills and clean this place up. That'd be a good place to start.
You do.
Have to study chess 8 hours a day. Which, after being here all of 5 minutes, looks like it's at the bottom of a fucking hole. And it's looking a lot like you.
Only way to go is up.
I got you a present.
What is it? A book. Thanks. It's an avocado.
I was pissed at you for being adopted.
What about for being a white trash cracker veg?
Trailer. Wow. You really were the gold standard for white
Oh, is
trash
this where
girls
she
everywhere, weren't you?
grew up?
Okay for money. I just realized I don't ever want to go back in there again.
Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest.
I feel bad. I owed him $10.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. She never kept up on that promise. This is where her life changed, right in this spot. She owes like everything she has to this man. Oh, are those newspaper clippings about her? Yeah, dude. I love it. He was keeping up. Oh, he has her note too. He's like a proud grandpa. Yo, you gotta turn your life around for him. He kept that.
Oh, honey.
Dang, she's like legit breaking down right now.
Dude.
This is like everything cascading into heartbreak. She's held in all of this and used bad outlets to deal with it. And then now it's coming out via tears.
First, you don't come back to New York and you basically tell me that you'd rather be a drunk than be with me. And now you pull this crap. No, you can fucking well go alone. Don't call me anymore.
Oh, savage Benjo. Benny Boy with the straight facts, bruh. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
I'll give it to you.
Yeah, she got money.
What? No, you just said it's a lot of money.
I haven't, and more I've been saving. You could give me the black dress. Or the purple one.
I like her.
Poor Candle is dose. Give her both of those.
You're like...
It's a good deal.
Shabo isn't the only one who kept after you all these years. I know how you lost to Benny Watts in Vegas and then beat him in Ohio. That was all you had. And for a time,
You were all she
it was
had.
all I had. We weren't orphans.
They have friends.
Not as long as we had each other. You understand what I'm saying? I'm here because you need me to be here. That's what family does.
Dang, Jolene.
We are.
Jolene's got way cooler since she was in the orphanage. 1968, baby! So she's 20 now. Or close to it. 1920.
Yes. This will do nicely.
Isn't that what her mom said in Mexico?
Пожалуйста, приветствуйте. Элизабет Харман, США.
Hey girl, what it do? They got lots of games set up, so they're like drones. That guy's straight up asleep. That's so funny. Are they watching a movie or something? Oh, they're watching an orchestra. That man's just conked.
Спасибо.
Dang, how do those guys see from up there? They gotta have like a magnifying glass. Oh, that guy does have binoculars.
Elizabeth Harmon's not at all an important player by their standards. The only unusual thing about her really is her sex. My guess is
That's crazy.
I was expecting an easy win, and not at all the 27-move thrashing Beth Harmon just gave him.
Nice job, Beth. Defying the odds. Deuces, loser. Just got clapped. Just staring at him like, come on, man. You know you're gonna lose. Just get it over with, dude. Wow. They really like chess. Borgov has made chess popular there. He's going to study her game. The other dude's like, dude, we're in the middle of a game. Yeah, this is kind of throwing off your anti-espionage over here, man. Ooh.
Beth Harmon's games with Hellstrom and Shattuck.
Hello, Anya Taylor-Joy.
And Kim, however, was very decent, very civilized, and took his loss with grace, even though Harmon's win over him was decisive and merciless.
Wow. Looks like he's about to cry, but he's a gentleman. They're all so confused. They're like, not sure you're supposed to be winning here. Ladies! Inspiration to women across the world. Girls get it done. It's a common theme in everything I've been watching lately. Girls get it done. Another one bites the dust. And her Russian fame grows. All these people just love chess, and she's the foreign girl coming in kicking ass. I like how even he is like, did we win? She's representing the USA here. Dang, everyone's helping. They're like, this is a coordinated effort to beat her. Oh yeah, I remember Benny was talking about this the last episode. They work as a team. During these adjournments, they work together to beat their opponent. He's like, frick, I didn't prepare for this. We didn't map out this possibility. That little cocky little.
Excellent. What a brilliant recovery.
Just staring at him like.
I resign with relief.
Dude.
You are a marvel, my dear. I may have just played the best chess player of my life.
Wow.
You will get used to it.
Okay, this guy and the little Russian kid are my favorite characters in the show. Beth is somehow in third place. Russian kid and this guy are tied for first, and then she is, by virtue, then third place. This has got to be mentally draining, right? Like, playing this much high-level chess has to be just not necessarily physically exhausting, but mentally exhausting. Close your eyes.
Close your eyes.
Don't take them. Oh, yes, pour them down the drain, girl. Yes, Beth Harmon. I'm so proud of you. I'm very proud of that decision, Beth. Flush those pills, girl. You don't need them. She's not hungover this time. Maybe a little nervous, but she is in tip-top shape. Should be very different match this time. This little kid providing intel. Oh man, I love that. He's going out and dishing info like he's a news crier. This is a big event. This is like the Russian International Championships or whatever. He's like, what the was that? he needs to do some additional research. It's like almost cheating, right? Like, it's like, all right, I'm done. I'm going to bed. He's not going to bed. He's gonna go team up with his friends and figure out how to beat her.
Is it true that you learned how to play an orphanage when you were 2?
I was 9.
Such a young age. Who taught you?
Mr. Scheibel.
His name was Scheibel. William Scheibel. He was a janitor. We played in the basement. William Scheibel was a fine player. He spent a lot of time in it, and he was quite good. Now, will you please promise to print that?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
I'm with the Lexington Herald Leader.
Towns.
Readers back home in Kentucky would like to know if it's true.
My dude.
Had you here all by yourself?
Did you bring your boyfriend?
I will admit, I was a little confused.
He was a little swayed. So he is
I have a way of doing
not bi, is what I'm getting from this little interaction here. But he thought for a moment maybe he could be, but then decided against it and wanted to be friends.
What do we need to do to help you people?
Oh, go play this old dude. Like, hey, random man, is it alright if we set up this specific variation and me and you just play this? And she's gonna use this old man to win.
Hello?
If he goes for the knight, hit him with the king rook pawn.
Honey?
If he goes for the bishop, do the same thing, but open up your queen file.
How do you know?
It's in the Times. 7 a.m. here, but we've been working on it for 3 hours.
We?
Everybody. Harry Beltic.
Hi, Beth.
Wow. This is nice.
Hang on.
Yay, boys! That's what's up, my dudes.
Cost me a bundle. Beth, listen to me. Open up that file, okay?
I love it.
How do I do that?
When you push that king.
They're doing the Russian strategy of all just working together.
Touchback Harry.
Okay, there are 3 things you might do now. So after the queen to knight 3, you play knight to king 6. And if he plays rook to rook 5.
Honey, it's almost 5 here.
Okay.
I love that all these guys were just like, you know what? What's the point in being upset at her? Like, let's help her out. This is intense. My heart's racing. Never knew I could get this excited by chess. Dang, he is looking dapper. They didn't plan for that move.
He's not doing what he's supposed to do.
Shut up. Improvise. You got this, Beth. Come on. Your theme song is playing. You literally cannot lose. Visualize. Look up. Visualize it. You don't need the pills. You don't need the pills. It was inside you all along. Yes. Oh. It's like the Avengers theme song. They're like, what the fuck is up there? They look up and it's literal chess pieces are moving around up there. Turns out this is a backdoor intro to mutants in the MCU. She's manifesting actual chess pieces on the ceiling. Oh man, look at her, just like that look in her eyes. Ooh. Child, please. Let's go, Beth. Get wild with it. He's upset. He's not having a fun time.
Draw. Borgoff never offers draws, but he's offering Elizabeth Harmon one.
Say no. Goddamn right. Oh, he's upset now. She's like, I see the end, bud. I already played this on the ceiling. I'm not drawing. Come on, Beth. I can already tell so many people are gonna get mad about me cutting a lot of this out. She's like, hold up. Did I just win? Yeah, you did.
It's your game. Take it.
Speaks in English to her. Woo! Oh man. He's like a nice dad now. Gives her a hug and everything. These boys about to go nuts.
Thank you.
Oh.
Good for you, Cracker. Good for you.
Good for you, Cracker. Oh man, dude. Oh, jeez. Towns, you son of a bitch. Towns brought together the Avengers to take down Thanos.
You're gonna miss the flight.
Yeah, screw the flight. She's gonna go play some old man in the park and clap his cheeks. That would be so funny if this random old dude that she's about to play in the park, what if he just annihilates her? Like, he's so good at chess, but no one knows who he is because he just plays in the park for fun. None of these people are like, oh shit, that's her, except that that dude is like, that's who that is. That's so cute. Just all these old Russian men. Just stoked to even know her. Watch this man annihilate her.
Zagrajem.
Wow. Dang. That was honestly one of the most exciting finales for a show that I've seen in a long time, and I essentially know almost zero about chess, like, and I was still just stoked, like on the edge of my seat. So props to the showrunners and the actors and everyone involved for making that as easy to, like, to make that excitement translate easily to the screen. Yeah. So like I was saying, like, I don't know a ton about chess, but like the showrunners and the actors and everyone involved made that whole finale so easy to interpret and digest, and they were able to make it exciting and like edge of your seat type stuff for someone who doesn't understand a lot of chess stuff. So that, like, props to them. That was fantastic. This show, like, oh man, this will be interesting and hard to describe how I feel about this show. I love this show. I think this is a show where it's very sophisticated and so smart and so well done in all respects, other than the backgrounds of some of those cities. Almost every single thing about this show is so well done that, like, if I had to give this show a rating, typically how I rate things, like, within my own head, I'll give it like I have a score in mind that I see as, like, this is what the quality of this is. And then I have another score in my head that I don't really, like, vocalize, but it's, like, my enjoyability of something, or, like, how much I liked it. If that I feel like that doesn't make sense. But that, I don't know how else to explain it. So if I were to give this, like, an objective score, I would give this, like, a 9.5 of, like, it is so good. Like, you can clearly tell watching it that it is just astoundingly well done. And, you know, there were certain parts of this show where my enjoyability score was like an 8.5, but, like, everything they were doing was like a 9.5. So I think if I had understood chess a little bit more, I would have enjoyed this show a lot more. Like, but this show is objectively better than a lot of, like, the sci-fi stuff that I watch. Like, my enjoyability when I watch Star Wars or The Lord of the Rings, or, you know, anything like superhero related in the MCU, my enjoyability is at, like, a 15 for those. I love that stuff. But I can also objectively see that, like, a lot of that stuff, in terms of overall quality, is, like, anywhere from a 7 to an 8.5, sometimes 9 to 10. But most of it, even though I enjoy it a ton, is still only, it's, like, objectively not as good as this. This one, I enjoyed a lot still, but I can tell just objectively that it is so much, like, better in terms of just how well done it is. I mean, I shouldn't say better, different. Because some of the stuff they're able to do on these sci-fi and superhero stuff is insanely incredible and complicated, and this is just a different aspect of filmmaking and stuff. But this show is so good. Like, if I had to give this an objective review score, I'd give the final episode honestly, I'd give it like an 11.5 out of 10. This episode was exhilarating. The whole season, I give it like a 9.1. There were a few episodes where it kind of dragged, and you know, some stuff didn't feel super necessary, which is kind of weird given that it's just a 7-episode series. But there was a little bit here and there where you're just like, okay, I don't care. But I think it showed her journey, and in the things that affected her. Weirdly, a lot of the stuff involving her mom and her past, you could have taken that out, honestly. Like, if you would have just said, like picked it up from where the car crashes, knowing she's an orphan at age 9, you could have included almost none of the original mom, and it still would have been just as good. So I think that drags it down a little bit. Pretty much, and like, if you watched most of my reactions to this, I didn't include a lot of her birth mom's scenes because, to an extent, they felt somewhat pointless, and not very enjoyable. They're just kind of there, I guess, to show that, you know, her mother had a history of mental illness and addiction, not addiction, but just like may have influenced how she went about some stuff, but you know, overall didn't really need to be there. A few scenes early on when she was younger didn't necessarily, like, not everything came together that was like necessarily important for the story, but it was still so good. But yeah, like I said, the final episode was like an 11.5 out of 10. Exhilarating stuff. There's some, like, I don't consider myself to be like uber patriotic, I guess, being like USA, like, I mean, like, to an extent, I guess I don't know, like, I love the United States so much. I think the United States is the greatest country in the world, in the sense that there are so many people living here that want it to live up to that potential, if that makes sense. Like we're a country that's so broken and divided and not, absolutely not the greatest country in the world. And I think a lot of people need to recognize that. But we're also a country that is so diverse and has so much potential. Like, the United States' potential to be the greatest country in the world in terms of, you know, how we build each other up, how we work together, how we can, you know, welcome ideas from foreign countries and people of other cultures. I think all of that culminating together to this big melting pot can make the United States the best country in the world. And so, like, I like that view of the United States. So when I see like stuff like this, you know, I don't consider myself super patriotic, but then when it happens to be like the United States versus the world, like the movie Miracle, about the 1980 Olympic hockey team beating Russia, like, that movie hits on a patriotic level where you're like, I don't see myself as super patriotic, but then by the end you're like, USA. Like, I'm incredibly proud of where I'm from, but I also recognize that we have so much more growth left to go. And I feel like this is a super random tangent, but I felt like I needed to say it to explain that, you know, like, I was exhilarated watching this, and part of it was because it was like USA versus Russia. And like, I don't know, competition gets me stoked. Like, this was, I mean, chess, I don't know if chess could be considered a sport, but sports get me stoked. Like, you know, national sports and national competition gets me excited. The Olympics, I watch every time, and, you know, cheering the USA on, like, very proud. So I was very proud of Beth, even though she's a fictional chess player. I was stoked to see this little American girl go into Russia and beat all these male Russian players and show not only the characters within, or the extras or whatever within the scenes out in the crowd, that, you know, women can be smart and be fierce and capable and dominate in a male dominated space, but then showing, like, women who are going to watch this show that, like, this is an avenue for them that they can pursue, and you know, these areas that might be male dominated, like the STEM field or chess or whatever, or like, what is it, what's her name, Sarah Fuller, Vanderbilt kicker. You know, the girls can come in here and perform just as well as guys can, and I think that's awesome. I think that shining that light and just straight up, like, not even like within, like, dialogue within I mean, I guess there was a scene where she was like, you know, you've been an inspiration to me as a woman. But otherwise, like, not making a point to be like, girls are awesome, we can do it. But just like showing a strong woman kicking butt. You know, she had her struggles as well, but like, yeah, like the season finale of The Mandalorian, just showing women going in and doing work and just dominating. I think that's super awesome. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that this show was predominantly just a strong female character, like a story-driven, character-driven show about a girl who goes in and just kicks the crap out of dudes in chess. Like, I loved it. I loved that the relationship she developed throughout the series. You know, some of them turned romantic, I guess, in a sense, but it showed that, you know, Beth didn't need these romantic relationships to be a viable character. She didn't need these men to romantically be involved for the show to be enjoyable. She's just a strong, independent woman who came and dominates chess. And, you know, her male friends came to help her in the end because they put aside their own petty grievances. You know, Benny, after Benny was like, don't call me again, he calls, and maybe with the insistence of Towns, him and Harry Beltic and her two buds, and then Benny's two buds all get together and help her out. I liked that callback to the previous episode where he's like, Russians work together, Americans are too individualistic, and then the Americans work together to win. I liked the old man, the multiple old men in this show. Like, there were definitely some grouchy Russian guys who were pissed that they just lost to a girl. But, you know, the first old dude who looks like Einstein, he's just like, you are magnificent. Like, that guy, love that man. He's tied. Him and the old dude that she plays at the end in the park are now tied. It's little Russian boy, old man that looks like Einstein that she plays, old man in the park. They're all tied for first place. So weirdly, Beth Harmon is in fourth place in her own show for my favorite character list. And I think that works actually, because I think her destructive habits brought her down in terms of her ranking in my mind. Borgov, I think he's fifth place actually. He's right behind Beth, because, you know, when they're talking in the elevator about Beth, he wasn't mean. He was just like, she's a survivor. She does what she needs to do. Then he plays her here, and he is like, yo, you win. Take the piece. And then he gives her a hug, and it's just like, oh, yeah. Borgov, fifth place. Wait, no. Borgov, sixth place. Scheibel's tied with the other four guys. Beth is fifth place. So, Little Russian Boy, Einstein Man, Park Bench Guy, Scheibel, Beth Harmon's fifth place. Borgov is sixth place. Towns and all her friends, they're all seventh place and on. The mom is dead last. Both moms dead last. Screw those girls. They sucked. Just kidding, they didn't suck. But I knew that mom's drinking would be her downfall. Actually, dead last is all the dudes that sucked. all the poopy guys that were so mad that they lost to a girl. The ex-husband who left to Colorado and then tried to take the house back. He's absolute last. He sucks. The moms are just above all the dudes that pouted when they lost. I don't know what else to say, man. This show is great. I thought the costume design was great. The camera work was great. The storytelling, the cinematography was great. I liked the shots where they would focus on the person's face while they were playing, like really let the actors act and show like the thought process that is going through their heads. I liked that a lot. I liked the freaking like Avengers music at the end where they're all coming together and beating Thanos, even though Thanos is kind of a nice guy in the end. It was just great. Like, it was emotional seeing all these people get involved and get stoked for her. Like, these Russian people who arguably should be cheering for Borgov are like, Harman! Like, they love her. It was great. I freaking love this show, dude. This was fantastic. I like that it's a limited series. I saw some headlines a few weeks ago that, you know, Anya Taylor-Joy would be open to doing a second season if they did. I don't think they should. I think this works perfectly as a 7-episode limited series. You know, I mean, if they did do a second season, I would watch it, but I would personally prefer if they kept it at a limited series. Because I think it works really, really well as just a standalone thing. A lot of shows they try and do multiple seasons of shows and they didn't necessarily have plans for that. Like Chernobyl, if they would have tried to do a second season of the show Chernobyl on HBO, everyone would be like, dude, no. Like, you did it perfect with a limited series. Like, you're fine. So I hope they keep it at just this one series. That would be fantastic. Yeah, I don't know, man. The show is great. I don't know what else to say. Thank you for watching this show with me. You know, even though I had the ending spoiled, like, of that she wins, it almost didn't matter because it was still so exciting to watch it happen. Yeah, so thank you guys for coming along this journey with me. Thank you if you are someone who subscribed to me because of my Queen's Gambit reactions, please don't unsubscribe. That would be a bummer. Hopefully you stick around for other shows that I'm watching. I'm watching The Expanse right now as well. In like 3 weeks, WandaVision comes out. I'll probably find another show as well to add in, so it'd be like 2 to 3 shows at one time that I'm watching. Yeah, if you have input as to what other shows you would suggest I react to or review, or video games that I review, or whatever, let me know. I'm open to adding some video game content to the channel. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts about any of this down below. Please be nice to me. I like it when people are nice to me and not mean to me. Some guy called me an idiot in the last one. that was the only thing he wrote, just idiot. I was like, okay, sorry, man. I apologize that I don't know as much about chess as you. Yeah, but let me know. Let me know your thoughts on the whole season. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. You know, shout out to the redemption arc of Beth Harmon, coming from absolute like dumpster fire drunk to Jolene the MVP being like, listen, dig yourself out of that hole, girl. Here's here's $3,000. Go to Russia. You know, Jolene straight champ. Gives her book back and everything. Oh, great. Yeah, let me know down in the comments. Like, if you're watching this, write a comment. If you made it this far in the episode, write a comment right now. Doesn't matter what you say. Just write the comment. If you're this far in the episode, prove it by writing. Prove it by naming this character right now. Who is this? If you made it this far in the episode, who is that person? Write it in the comments right now. Oh man, I'm just rambling at this point. I think that's all I have to say. If you liked my reaction to the episode, if you liked the episode itself or the series, please leave a like on the video. That means a ton. That gets that dopamine levels just firing in my brain. Subscribe if you really enjoyed, and if you want to see more, that would be awesome as well. Especially if you have suggestions for other shows that you want to watch. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can do that. I have a $3 tier, which is essentially just like, hey, here's some support. But I also have full-length reactions to all the shows I watch. I'm a little behind right now getting them up, but I'm trying to catch up. So if you want to see the full-length reaction to this episode, head down to my Patreon, linked in the description. You can support me there. If you want to get a shout-out at the end of all my reactions, you can support me down there as well. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for being here. I'll catch you guys in the next series. Peace.